My name's Jasper, and this is my second channel. Feel free to check out my main channel down below. But this is a channel where I post daily videos answering people's questions on how to grow a digital marketing agency using the GoHighLevel software. I've built my own six-figure agency over the past few years, and I still manage clients to this day, so I'm in the trenches with you. And now I help others for free to grow their own agency. And for context, the Zoom call recordings you'll see in these videos, I do every day for free for my GoHighLevel affiliates and just answer their different questions. If you want to be a part of these free Zoom calls and work with me directly, you can read more about how to get access to that down below.
Well, actually, it's asking for advice on sales, how to um, get through those seconds, because either I cannot get through them or they're very interested, but they want to speak to their partner, their wife, and it just that's they boop, they disappear.
So
So
what are you like? So when you're saying the first few seconds, you're talking about the cold call, right?
yes, well, as soon as I started, introducing, I created this beautiful website and type click, and then I changed like, would you be interested in having a beautiful website for you? And click, and other people like when I get to them, oh yeah, that sounds really good, thank you, and like I just want to make sure it's you because um we've been scammed so many times, and let me talk to my wife or let me talk to my partner. And after they talk, I schedule, actually I used to schedule them like a week from our appointment whenever they have time, but now manage to schedule for the following day and they just don't show up. Like,
They're still
eh,
not showing up.
no. So it's like I get to the point they're really interested, but then the trust is like, you know, what they have is stress is like, yeah, we've been scammed so much, and oh, I just canceled with my company because they would not give my information, and we have so much bad experience. I'm like, no, this is different, I promise you. So, and they're like, yeah, I want to talk to you. Let me just talk to my wife, or let me, whoever their partner, and it just that's where I am. And like I can, the sales, I will, so basically I'm asking you for some sales tips or how to, any
Yeah.
suggestions.
For sure. So the opener that I typically use for cold calling is going to be whenever they answer, they're usually like, "Hey, this is, Ashley with blah blah blah, whatever company, right? Hey, Ashley, this is Jasper. How's it going?" Just like intro with like something like you would talk to with a friend, like, "How are you doing? How's your day going?" And that's worked well for me. And that's what I learned from a guy who's done tech sales for years, works for $1 billion tech company, cold calls all day, every day. And that's the script that they use. They just kind of start as a friend. So that might be like the first, few seconds that could work for you if you're not doing that already. And then if they say good, you basically are in already. Like if they're like, "I'm doing good, how about you?" That means like that person's at least open to chatting with you, even though they don't necessarily know who you are yet. It's a good sign. But if they're like a little skeptical and they're like, who is this?" Or like, "Yeah, this is, I'm doing okay, but like, what are you asking about or what are you calling for?" That's where you still kind of have to like earn their trust a little bit more and connect with them a little bit better. So at that point, that's kind of when you segue into the pitch. So that's one way you can do it. Another entering like what would we call it? A call opener that I've has worked well as well. And for a lot of the people here in the community, they do the whole, "Hey, this is a cold call. Is it cool if I get 30 seconds of your time? If not, feel free to hang up on me now." And that's just like a quick way to get either someone hanging up on you, which is great. You get on to the next call, or they say sure and they know it's a pitch. And then I've never really used that one too much, but I like the one that's more of like a conversation with a friend, "Hey, how are you doing?" But that's one that I've heard people have had success with as well. It's just like straight to the point, and it can resonate with a certain type of person because it's, they appreciate you getting straight to business. They don't want you to kind of beat around the bush. And so anyway, those are kind of two different approaches that I've heard work well. And then in terms of getting people to show up, I don't know why they're not showing up. And I think I chatted with you like a week ago on some of the tips you can do. Like you said, you book them earlier now. You're not like booking them a week out. You're booking them within like a 24-hour period, which is good. That's one thing that'll help people show up more. And then having a good end of the call where it's like, hey, the whole reason like we would be jumping on this call is just to show you guys the website we built for you and if it makes sense for your business and how, like, we'll show you the website, show how it'll help you guys, if anything. And if you guys don't like it or it's not a good fit, we can part ways. So just setting good expectations, making it feel very low pressure. Hey, this isn't going to be a high, stress sales call that we're going to jump on. It's going to be more of just showing you what we did for you already. And so if you're doing that, kind of setting that good expectation at the very end of the cold call, that'll kind of help people feel a little bit better. And then, I think Sonia was on that call the day we were chatting before, but it's a tip that she's used in sales, and I've heard some other people have used is like just calling them up earlier that day or earlier before the appointment and saying, "Hey, I had a cancellation and just wanted to see if you could jump on really quick now." And that's an approach a lot of people have. Maybe it was Chris that said that one, but yeah, that's an approach that has worked well for a lot of salespeople, just like getting them on earlier for a sales call rather than the time that you booked them in for later that day. Because that just gives them more and more time to like think about it and say, I don't know if this is legit, maybe this is a scam. And that's just like the more time you give people to think, the worse or the higher potential it is that they'll cancel. And then one other thing too, you maybe have tried it already, maybe not, is like on the cold call, say, hey, I've got a couple minutes right now. I can just show you the website really quick and jump on a call with them on a Zoom call right away and send them the link. Have you tried doing that yet?
No, not yet.
It's a little
No,
bit weird. It feels a little awkward to do it, but like it's actually very natural. You're already on the phone with the person. Maybe they already have a few minutes to like talk to you, right? You've already maybe chatted a few minutes with them. It's like, and make it sound very quick. Like, hey, I can jump on a quick Zoom call with you right now and show it to you if you've got a few minutes. Just make it sound like it's going to be like, 5, 10 minute thing. And you really can get through it and show it to them in like a quick 5 to 10 minutes. But a lot of times they'll just like have questions and you'll have a good conversation and like it'll end up going maybe 20 minutes, 30 minutes, but they're not going to be like mad at you or anything for it going longer than you initially like said because they're usually the reason it'll go longer is because they probably have questions for you and you're answering their questions. And so, yeah, it's only going to go longer than, 10 minutes if you're the one that, is asking a bunch of questions and those kinds of things. So that would be like the ultimate way to do it is try to get them booked in right then and there. Not booked in, but like on a call, like segue from the cold call and say, hey, let me text you the Zoom link really quick, or let me email it to you. What's a good email? And I'll jump on and be waiting for you right now. And anyway, that could be one approach that will literally eliminate the no-shows because they're showing up right then and there. And so that's going to be probably one of the better ways. And then to be completely honest, like you have really good English, but you do have an accent. And a lot of times in the US, people who like hear accents, they think like, oh, this person might be a scammer. It's just like a weird thing that like people in the US have been like, I don't know, have just like a stigma over the past like maybe 10 years just with people getting scammed and that kind of thing. And so one piece of advice for you just to like because I want you to succeed in this, so I'm not gonna like beat around the bush and like I want you to like find your groove and your niche. And so if you can find, and I know you can do this, you can scrape lists of businesses that are Hispanic owned in the US because you're cold calling US based businesses, right?
yes.
And are you cold calling Hispanic owned businesses or are you just cold calling any type of business out there that you can find?
Actually, this is being with Hispanic.
Oh, it has been with Hispanic. Okay. Because
Yes,
that was what I was gonna say is like you have really Spanish is your first language and that's gonna be the language you'll be able to communicate with people the best with no accent. You'll have, your native tongue. And so anyway, that's what I was gonna say, but I guess
And
yeah, if
thank
you're
you. I
already
really
doing that.
appreciate that. Yeah, because I love honesty, and that's what I really appreciate of you because this is about tactics. So, being aware of that. So, thank you. I really appreciate. Yes, I've been going with the Hispanic people, and I think it's about trust because they say, yeah, they sound really interested. For me, it was a given. All of those have been a given. But like they say, okay, let me speak to my wife or let me speak to my partner. And so I'm thinking, should I present? Because I think it has to be with pricing, with getting a scam and stuff like that. Should I just throw the pricing in there in the call? Hey, it's only this and this, or it's going to be free and you just have to pay this.
Um, I don't know if that would help if like
Mm.
if they think you're scamming, then like I don't know if the price would necessarily help the situation by telling them a price of it. But if they ask, then sure, like I'll always tell them, hey, this is, it
Claro.
depends on what plan you go with and like what you need for your business, but our pricing starts from anywhere between like 97 up to $697 per month, depending on what you guys need. That's why I'd love to jump on a quick call with you, show you what we've got, and then we can kind of see from there what would be a good price point for you guys based on what your needs are in your business. If we can even help you at all. Always end by saying if we can even help at all, because that'll make you feel like, okay, she's not trying to sell me something that I don't need. It's like she's gonna be really honest with me about like if we can help or not. You don't always like we know we can help them, right? But like it just makes them feel better. It's like she's not gonna try to force something on me that's not gonna help me or that I don't need, and she's not just gonna try to sell like she's more of a friend trying to diagnose if we need this or not. And so I don't know. I know Lionel, did you have something to add to that? Or Chris, I saw you had your hand raised for a sec.
Thank you, Jasper.
No,
Can
no,
you guys?
no, not
Or,
specifically. I just had the question, so I'm waiting
oh,
for
gotcha.
my
Go
turn.
ahead. Chris, did you have something to add to that?
Um, yeah. Lila, I'll ask you. Can you just pitch me real quick? Just give me your cold call, like just what you do.
Oh my God.
I'm putting you on the spot, but I'm gonna give you 30 years of cold calling, like hardcore like sales experience, like, and it's an easy ask at the end. So this is a really simple thing. Ring ring.
Hey, Chris,
Hello.
how are you?
Hey, hello, I'm good. Who's this?
Hi. Yes, this is Lilia from Solistica, and I was looking at your business on Google My Business, and I noticed you doing an awesome job. It's beautiful,
Mhm.
but I see there is no website for your business, and I'm wondering if you'd be interested in adding. Oh, I got stuck right there. In
That's
adding
okay. That's okay.
the
That's
marketing
good.
strategy there.
That's good. That's good. So you're it's like, so I'll do you. So, ring ring.
Ring ring. Hello.
Hey, hey, this is Chris with a K. How's it going?
It's going well. Who's this?
Okay. Oh, Chris with a K. I don't know if we've met before, but I was going over your Google Business account, and I'm a local business owner here, and I noticed you guys didn't have a website, so I made you guys a free website. I'd love to show it to you. I work with guys all the time, but maybe this isn't a good fit for either of us, but I love supporting local businesses. Do you have some time right now, or maybe a little bit later in the day to do that?
Oh, okay. Well, thank
Right?
you.
If I say, "Hey, this is Chris with Bold E-commerce," people are like, excuse my French, who the fuck is Chris with Bold E-commerce? But if I say I'm Chris with a K, like, you should know who I am already.
Wait, so you
I've
said Chris
literally,
with a
like,
K? Oh, like
yeah,
a
Chris with a
K,
K,
meaning your name starts with a K.
Chris with
Okay.
a K. Well, it breaks their brain a little bit. So if you said, "Hey, this is Lila with an L," or "This is Lila Garcia, how's it going?" And they're like, "Who the? How, did I give my phone number out to somebody?" And here's the short story I want to tell you, which is, if you're in a line at a coffee shop and you meet your soulmate and you are just having the best conversation, you don't go, "Hey, can we go out 2 days from now at like 11 and go on a date?" That person's going to get busy. They're going to forget you. It's not memorable enough, right? So you're never going to pick up the phone and have a soulmate conversation. It's really hard to do that. And I sold tech. We're talking like service infrastructure development stuff with like $100 million like back end stuff. The story is, if I can get them to listen to my story for about 2 to 3 seconds, they're wrapped in because people like stories. If I say, hey, I'm a local business owner, which you are, and I help local businesses actually convert their current leads and get new ones. And I saw you didn't have a website, or I saw your website was great, and I wanted to, see if I could help you out with growing. Are, are you having issues with converting your leads or getting good leads month to month? Yes, they always have that problem. Instead of like, we only charge $97, please buy it from me. It's called commission breath. And it's not that you have it. I'm not saying that this is a problem with all sales in general, because it's like, is what I'm doing worth the thing that I'm saying that I can do? And I went from bold e-commerce here to bold leads. And my Zoom calls are like, hey, we actually do leads. That's what we do. We help you get better leads that convert, that actually pay you month to month. Is that valuable to you? And they go, I don't have a month to month income that I can guarantee at all. I would love to look at that. Let's get on a call. Are you available today at 11 or 12? And they go, no, I'm available at 2. Great. I'm going to put you on here. I'm going to send you a Zoom. What's your email? What's your personal cell phone number? Great. Okay, I'll see you at 11. I don't take reschedules. If you ghost me, I'm done. I won't call you again. I might call you in 30 days because I forgot. And they're like, oh no, I'll be there. I'll be there. And if they ghost you, guess what? They were never going to be your client in the first place. You wasted 0 time. If they say I'm available now, you got to be ready to go and do it in like 10 minutes, right? So that's 30 years of true salesmanship. And it's just having a conversation. Don't make it more complicated. Don't say the name of your company. Be like you're at a coffee shop and you're having a conversation. Oh, I do this. This is really cool. And they go, oh, what's the name of your company? You're like, oh, I totally forgot to tell you. Let's exchange numbers. Take a picture. Oh, yeah. And then sit down and have coffee with them and then show them. Right. So think about you're doing this in a coffee shop. Think about it in that little storytelling thing. And then just stand in the mirror and tell your story, or talk to AI and tell your story, or call your sister and say, put me on the table. I'm going to talk to you and tell you, just pretend to call you, like whatever it is, like just practice, 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 practice. So I used to call my mom and do sales because she would say yes to anything. So she was a good one. Or talk to your dog, like ring, ring, how you doing there? Dog's like, huh? Huh? You're like, you got to work really hard for that sale for the dog. So anyway. Yeah, but you're doing
Really good
great. Cold
advice.
call, you're killing it. I hate cold calling, to be honest. So get after it. Let
Thank
me know how you do.
you.
Yeah,
Thank
yeah.
you so much. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm really learning. I mean, this is so out of my comfort, and like
But
I
you're
do
doing
get
it.
really, I
You're
really
doing
get
it.
it.
So don't
I
worry about
really
it. Don't.
thank you. Well, thank you. And you just put me on the spot and you just pushed me right there. So thank you. I know I messed it up, but thank you so much. And I'm glad this is recorded because I'm gonna go back to your to all of this. Thank you.
Definitely, yeah, and it's also tough. Like if you're doing this in Spanish and then you're trying to like switch it into English right now in front of us, that's really tough to do as well. So there's no way I could make cold calls in Spanish, even though I feel like I speak Spanish decently, fluent. It's like that's a whole nother level. But really good advice from Chris. So it's just like, hey, this is Jasper. How are you? Awesome. The reason I'm calling is because I saw that you guys didn't have a website when I was looking at your Google profile, and I went ahead and built one for you. Wanted to see if I could show it to you. And then are you in charge of the marketing stuff, or is that somebody else? Because that's another thing you'll get whenever you cold call. Is like a lot of times you won't get on the phone with the decision maker. It'll be somebody else. So you're asking them, are you in charge of this stuff, or is it somebody else? And they'll be like, oh, it's me. Awesome. Like I said before, we build smart websites that'll actually help you guys get more leads, convert those leads using automations, and ultimately help you guys make more money and save more time. Are you available real quick? I have a Zoom link I can send to you right now, and we could jump on it. It'll just take like 5 or 10 minutes, and I'd love to show you the website we built for you. It's already like up and ready. And then they either say yes, and if they say no, then great, would later today work better or sometime tomorrow? And just like what Chris did, 2 options, always give them 2 options to pick from. Both of those options hopefully are within the next 24 hours, so the show rates are higher. And then awesome. yeah, the reason for the call is just to show you guys the website we put together for you and see if it'll benefit you guys. If not, we can totally part ways. How does that sound? Just like set a good expectation at the end and then awesome, have a great day. So something like that. So just like what Chris did too, like it doesn't really matter as much what you say on the cold call as long as you're kind of like catering to, hey, this is how it's going to help you. It's going to help you get more leads, convert those leads, and ultimately make more money for your business. Those are all good things that people like to hear, for at least for the most part. Most businesses will like to hear those kinds of things, and that's what their goal is for their business, is to make more money. So speak to the benefits. Don't talk about all the little bells and whistles of how our services are going to work and all that. You can talk more about that on the sales call once you get on the Zoom, but speak to how it's going to benefit them. Set expectations at the end of like, hey, we can part ways if this isn't a good fit, and then you know, while you're sending the link over, that's gonna like maybe take you a minute. What's your email? Let me send you the link real quick. They'll like give you the email. As you're sending that over, you can be like, how long have you guys been up in business in the whatever area, in the Houston area? Oh, awesome. I actually used to live, or I live in Houston, and I'm just like the town over from you guys over in Katy, Texas. And just start a conversation. Any way you can find a connection with them, that's going to build trust more. And maybe that's why people are thinking maybe you're scamming, is because like they don't see a human behind the phone. And so if you can find a way to humanize yourself and make them think that you're a real person, you're local to that area maybe, or you don't have to use that one. You can just try to find some way to connect. If these are Hispanic owned businesses and they're in the US, they would love to hear which part of Mexico you're from, right? You can say, ¿de qué parte de México es? And then they tell you like which part of Mexico they're from, and then you guys can connect in some way because you're both from Mexico, or maybe they're not from Mexico, they're from another South American country. And just any way you can do stuff like that within the call. You don't have to like make that the whole point of the call, but like as you're sending over the link or booking the appointment with them, just like make them feel more comfortable, make them feel like you're a human, and I think that'll increase your show rates as well. So anyway, all that advice combined between Chris, myself, and then what you're already doing, it sounds like you're getting people at least to book appointments. I think these little things will help you get more of them to show up. So anyway.
Thank you so much. It's super valuable. I was like so down. So this is like, I'm going to rewatch it and get going. Thank you.
You bet. No problem. If you want some more in-depth content on how to grow your digital marketing agency, you can join my free HighLevel Quest community down below. It has my full 7-hour course on how to get your agency fully set up and go high level from start to finish.